Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about how to pass your driving test the first time, what you won't be told. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. The first thing you want to do is get in your car. You want to walk around, do a visual check, which I've done. We're in the parking lot. We're getting ready to leave the laboratory. There are a lot of people coming in, people coming out. So we want to put on our seatbelt, make sure it goes across your whole body, and click it. Then you want to be set. Next, you want to make sure your mirrors are properly adjusted. I'm gonna look straight ahead. I want to adjust my center mirror so when I'm driving I can look up, and then my side mirror on the driver's side, I want to see a little bit. I'm gonna look straight ahead. I want to see a little bit of the car. So now when I'm driving I can just look, and then I'm gonna adjust my passenger side mirror. I'm gonna look straight ahead. I want to see a little bit of the car. When your mirrors are adjusted, you still will have some blind spots. You have to look over your right shoulder to check your right blind spot. Looking out the back window, you have to look over your left shoulder to check your left blind spot. I'm going to put the car in reverse. My foot's on the brake. I do have a backup camera, but the best backup camera is your eyes. So I just looked. You heard that? Doot, doot, doot. That tells me a car is coming. So I'm going to roll back slowly. I'm going to cut my wheel to the right. The rear goes to the right. I'm taking my time and looking. Ooh. See, the minivan went by, and I'm going to go slow. Parking lots are some of the most dangerous areas. So now I'm going to go down to the edge of the driveway. We are on a private driveway. This is the main road. And then I'm going to go into the first lane. And I want to keep my turn as short as possible. You want to prepare for what type of trip you're doing. Is there a traffic jam? Are you driving through a downtown area, downtown Detroit, downtown Chicago, downtown Houston, Texas? So prepare mentally for what you need to do. They just blew the stop sign. They didn't even stop. That would have been failure. I'm glad you saw that because people don't care. C-A-R-E. So I'm going to yield. That's a light slowdown. And then I'm going to let traffic move a little bit. And then I'm going to proceed, always looking, being a defensive driver. I'm protecting my space, but I'm looking ahead. The light just turned yellow. I proceed with caution. I never want to slam brakes. Next, I want to focus on lane positioning. I want to be centered to the left, right here, where I'm pointing, and I want to be centered to the right. I want to look straight ahead and aim high. It's called aim high driving. A lot of beginners tend to look to the right, and if you look to the right, you're going to end up drifting to the right where the parked cars are. 3 to 5 is the most dangerous time. It's 3:49 Eastern Standard Time. This is when young drivers get out of high school. This is when some people are off work. So I really want to emphasize safe driving, defensive driving, and great speed control. I'm at a smooth 30. The speed limit here is 35. A defensive driver will keep space. You have a warning sign of a stop sign ahead. This is a school zone. See the two people? And then you're going to have a regulatory sign, which is a stop sign. So we have to take our turn. We're not stopped yet. A lot of people just roll the sign. Your turn starts when you get up to the line, and I'm going to stop. 1001, 1002, 1003. That gives traffic a chance to move. You can see people driving aggressively. You can see this car to the left driving very aggressive. So, see the car cutting over? Set up for failure. Defensive driving mindset. So I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to look over my left shoulder. You can see me get over one, and I'm going to get over one more. I want you to see all this traffic. I've clearly defined where I need to go, and now I'm set. I'm going to be patient. When you're driving in heavy traffic like this, I want you Hello, Jor. How are you? We're talking about defensive driving. We're in a large metropolitan area. We're going to be going on an expressway. Thank you. Any questions, put them in. We're doing a defensive driving rush hour situation. I'm stopped at a light, so I switched the camera. I'm going to narrate what you should do from a student driving teacher perspective. Okay, traffic is moving, double traffic lights. I have to get on the expressway, so I'm at 32. Left blinkers on, and I'm going to show you all the traffic. So what speed am I at? I'm at about 45. I looked over my shoulder, and I'm going to get right into the first lane. And what I need you to do is just cover the brake real easy. We want to anticipate stop and go traffic. We're not in a rush. When you're driving from a downtown area, downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit, downtown Dallas, Texas, downtown Los Angeles, you're going to have heavy volumes of traffic. What I want all of you to do, if you were here with me, I want you to just go with the flow of the traffic. We're at 46, the speed limit is 55. We don't want to cut off a semi-truck like that car did. And we want to stay out of the blind spot of this semi-truck. I wanted you to hear this, so we're now in the blind spot of the truck. I want you to hear this semi-truck. There's nothing we can do right now, so I just want to keep moving with the flow. Now I feel a lot better. I have a choice. I can stay here in this lane to the right or change a lane to the left. I'm going to stay here a moment. I'm at 56 miles an hour. Speed control's pretty good. You should be able to see all three lanes so you can get a nice perspective. If I choose to get behind the semi-truck, I'm going to lose my vision. So if you were driving with me, I would say let's stay in this first lane to the right. We're going to have cars merging out, but we should be okay. I'm going to show you what you should be doing. I'm looking and I'm just checking. I checked my mirror to make sure I don't get cut off. Now I'm in the blind spot of the truck again. So I want to squeeze my brake because I'm losing my space cushion. And remember, we'll be able to pick up and go faster, but I'm demonstrating what it would be like if you're taking your driver's ed lesson. The speed limit 70, we're at 57 miles an hour, heavy traffic. I want to be smooth. Lane position is pretty nice. So if you were here with me, I would say you're doing really, really good. And there's going to be a heavy traffic jam again. So I'm off the gas. I'm at 46. If you have questions, put them in. And I'm squeezing my brake real easy. I'm at 39. I'm at 26 now. So it shows you how fast traffic moves. And I want to keep space. Blinkers on. I'm going to accelerate. This car does not have a lot of horsepower and torque to make those really abrupt lane changes, so you have to really keep space. So now we're in the middle lane, and I want to get you in the middle lane. I want you to see traffic to the left. We're picking back up. We're at 45 miles an hour, but I don't want to accelerate too fast because if I do and someone stops in front of me, I'm going to rear end them. So we don't want to do that. So if you're with me, I would say let's pick up speed and let's keep real good smoothness. So we're at 58 again in a 70 mile per hour zone. Speed's pretty good. I'm reading brake lights. And when you're driving, if I was in the passenger seat, I just see you looking left, middle, right. Left, middle, right. Using your eyes. This white car, you didn't see it. They just cut in front of me. So Be that defensive driver. What lane is the best lane for all of you? Middle lane. I have some clients who are 20, 25. Get in that middle lane, stay smooth, take your time. I think the biggest thing is being a good defensive driver, learning to feel comfortable. If you feel uncomfortable in this type of traffic, then you shouldn't be out here. What lesson would I take you on? This will probably be lesson 4, lesson 5, lesson 6. And I'm going to squeeze the brakes really easy. I'm also checking my mirror. There's a large semi-truck behind me. So if I slam brakes, that semi-truck, and I know you see it, that semi-truck will run us over. So I want to keep space. I want to be very predictable. It is a little nerve-wracking with that semi-truck. You can see my face. You can see that semi-truck if you look. So I'm just going really easy. I'm at 11 miles an hour. That is a KW. That is a Kentworth semi-truck. So we're moving good. We're at 16. I'm just scanning. I want you to see my eyes move left and middle. That Jeep just cut behind me. So you want to be predictable. There's a vehicle to my left. They're driving very, very aggressive. And I don't want to be cut off. So I'm at 37 miles an hour. And I think in this type of traffic, you just want to stay chilled, be calm. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions, put them in. So we're driving through a huge metropolitan area, downtown Chicago, Detroit, Houston, downtown Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California. This is typically the volume of traffic, and this is just 3:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're at 52 miles an hour, moving pretty good. I'm trying not to tailgate, so I'm lifting my foot. How am I staying straight? I'm looking at the broken white line to the left and the broken white line to the right. I want you to pretend there's like a force field between our car and the car ahead of us. We don't want to lose our space cushion. As the flow picks up, you need to accelerate. A lot of beginners tend not to accelerate. You can see the white van to my left really pushing, making that car go faster. Our lane is centered. Speed control's pretty nice. I'm at 68. The speed limit is 70. I can just cruise here and stay chilled, or if I want to go faster, I can get in the left lane and start forcing people to go faster. So I want you to understand we're at 70 right now. Everything's real nice and chilled. Half a tank of gasoline, 69 miles an hour. I gotta admit, it's pretty comfortable. Is it a little nerve-wracking? Of course, because people are trying to go really fast. They're in a hurry, and you won't gain anything by driving a lot faster, except putting yourself into an accident. Let's pretend I was going a lot faster. I would have to get in the left lane, tailgate people, and it's not really any benefit to that. Trying to look ahead and be smooth. We have a solid white line. These lines discourage changing lanes, but you could change lanes if you have to. Sorry about the bumps. Some states don't put a lot of money into their roads. Ohio does a really good job of that. Texas does a really good job of that. We're in the Midwest, so we have a lot of cold weather. We drive between 66 and about 71 miles an hour. going to change lanes to the left in a moment. Car just came around my blind spot to my left. You'll see it. I'm looking ahead. There are big gaps. I'm going to stay in this lane for now. I'm lifting my foot again, trying not to tailgate. If you can drive smoother, you'll get better fuel range. If you are always on the gas, off the gas, on the throttle, off the throttle, your car will use more gasoline. Okay, I'm going to get over the lane to the left. Nice and smooth. So what's the difference in lanes? About 3 to 5 miles per hour. I definitely do not want to be behind this truck carrying the ladder, those tools. All that stuff could fall out on us, and you don't want to be behind them. So we're passing 7, 9, 12 cars. Really easy to curve. Oh, I want to speak on this. Solid yellow. Left lane has the solid yellow. That's the warning. Solid lane to the right. That is the edge line, fog line. Centrifugal force is pulling me out to the right. It's a really sharp curve. And then you see your chevron alignment signs. Looking ahead, 5 to 7 cars to stay really smooth. And the picture you should see should be nice and smooth. But also I'm trying to be defensive because I see a traffic backup about 10 cars ahead, so I'm just going to increase my following distance. More than 10 people annually per year are killed in every single state in the United States. So now we're going to hit a traffic backup in a moment. I'm just scanning left, middle, right. See that? See how they just plowed over? Very dangerous. Didn't really give a chance. I want you to see that. So if you're going to be reckless like that, then it's not safe. I want you to use this as a teachable moment to become a better driver. And there's another semi-truck. That area here could suck our car into the tires. So we don't want to be near the semi-truck. You can hear it right now. So I'm just going to stay in this lane. I do not want to cut off the semi-truck. But also I'm trying to look through. Man, there's that semi-truck again. I'm trying to be defensive by keeping space, not worrying about the semi-truck. It is in my blind spot to my right. There's another semi-truck coming on the road. We're at 67 miles an hour. Trying to increase my following distance so I don't end up rear-ending this vehicle. You do get upset a little bit when cars just cut you off, so you want to kind of cool down and keep more space. not want to get to the middle lane because the semi truck has this blinker on. There it goes. I have to get over one lane to the right. So I'm trying to go in really easy, be very deliberate. Show you how to check my blind spot mirror. Turns in the blind spot, and then I'm over in the lane. You have to be able to execute that. I'm keeping space. There is a entry ramp to my right, so I'm just looking, checking my mirror. You want to have eye movement. If you're learning how to drive, you need to be watching this. If you're less than 10 years, you need to be watching this. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. Okay, I'm going to be getting off here. Going real easy. You have chevron alignment signs to the left, sharp curve to the right. Trying to go in real easy. This is a double left turn, so I'm going to stay in the inside lane behind this gray car. We just got off the expressway, so now we're going to work on turns. You see 4 traffic lights. It's really confusing. There are 2 to the left. I'm in the inside left lane. So we'll have to go in the inside lane by the double yellow. If we're in the lane opposite of me, that is the outside left lane. When you turn, you'll be by the curb. This is a common area where beginners fail. What should you be doing when you're sitting here? Checking your mirror. That's why I wanted to show you this. You can see that white vehicle behind me. I do not want to be rear-ended. You need to be looking left because traffic is coming from my left. You need to be looking right. People run lights. They're going to downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas. I don't want to be in this truck's blind spot, so I'm going to go ahead and accelerate, keep it moving. That was pretty close. That's real life. I don't know what they're doing, so I'm going to stay away from them. And I'm looking downhill. I want you to be able to see this. You should be able to see it pretty nicely. They're on the phone. Are they hugging? I'm not sure. So I have to get over one lane to the right. I'm going to go ahead and get over. I don't know how they're driving. It's like young driver, old driver, very hesitant. This is a good teachable moment for you. Our intersections are very dangerous, so we don't want to run lights. I'm going to squeeze the brake and use the ball of my foot. Real easy. Squeeze my brake. I'm going to move forward. And I have to make a right turn at this private drive. So my blinker's going early. And we're going really, really slow. And we're going into a parking lot. They're the most dangerous. So I'm just looking, scanning left and right, just trying to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna pull in here and then I'm gonna talk to all of you a few moments. I don't know. All right, we're at an intersection right now. You're gonna see cars coming, making right turns, making left turns. Blinkers are the most important. I need you to understand this, and I need you to realize the significance. Let's talk a little bit about what we did. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. If you have questions, put it in. We were on a service drive getting ready to get on the expressway. It's 4:11 Eastern Standard Time. This is rush hour through the United States, through many parts of the world. What I need you to do is be a defensive driver. We talked about good speed control. If the speed limit is 70, you should be about 65, 68. In heavy traffic, they do sudden stops, sudden acceleration. If you have questions, put it in. What I like to see my students do is get comfortable, merge out into the first lane, take your time, have good speed control. Good speed control is 55, 60, getting comfortable. We're not trying to change lanes left or right real fast because that confuses drivers. You as a beginner won't be able to keep your speed up. You're going to be a little stressed. You saw me in the right lane. I took my time. T-I-M-E. I need you to take your time. Next, I made a lane change to the middle lane. I took my time. I accelerated through. A lot of beginners will put their foot on the brake. And if you put your foot on the brake, you're going to lose speed. And if you lose speed, cars will close the door, D-O-R-E, and they'll close the gap. Then you're going to be stuck between the first lane and the middle lane. I've seen that with beginning drivers because they hesitate. So what I want you to do is keep good speed up. We're in the middle lane. We're traveling about 68 to 70 miles an hour. The lane to the left, they're going much faster. I want us to be comfortable. I want you to be able to see to the left, to the middle, and to the right, just like these cars. I want you to be able to see to the left, to the middle, and to the right. Always use your vision. Just like this busy intersection, you'll see cars run lights. You'll see cars having blinkers. You'll see cars with no blinkers. Pedestrians at this intersection are the most vulnerable. I really need you to understand this, so you don't want to run a light. Now, what if the light turns yellow and you're 5 cars away? You should be able to slow down and stop. What if the light turns yellow and you're 2 cars away? You should be able to stop without slamming brakes. What if the light turns yellow and you're 1 car length away? Probably proceed with caution. Like that semi truck, they're going to go in the intersection on a really late yellow red light to get through. I don't know if they're taught that or not. What I need all of you to do is analyze this traffic that I'm talking about. Does that black car or gray car in front of us having a blinker? They do. The second car behind them has on a blinker. There's a garbage truck behind them. They do not have on a blinker. Pretend we're pedestrians. We're looking for that blinker from that truck right there, from that vehicle right here. With no blinker, we don't have communication. We communicate through our blinkers. This is why I'm trying to encourage all of you to use your blinkers. The ride took us about 35 to 39 minutes because the volumes of traffic were very heavy. You saw me in a semi-truck, by a semi-truck, staying out of the blind spots. There are 4 blind spots: left side, right side, front, and back. Stay out of those blind spots. If you're taking your knowledge test, some of these answers and explanations will help you pass your knowledge test, so you need to be listening. Next, I talked about blind spots. There are 4. We have 1 in the front, 1 behind us, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. You have to look over your shoulder. I just checked my blind spot to my right. You have to look over your shoulder. I just checked my blind spot to my left. It's a quick glance. You don't want to jerk the wheel. A lot of beginners jerk the wheel. You saw me keep good space. I was not inconsistent with my speed control, meaning going 70, 75, 80, and then 50. Going 70, 75, 80, and then 50. Pick a speed, stay constant. Probably about 63, 64 miles an hour, being consistent. I wasn't the fastest, but I wasn't the slowest, okay? You have to be ready for unexpected things, a tire, someone slamming brakes. You saw several cars cut us off, and that could have made us angry, road rage, anxiety. It is a little stressful. I'm not going to lie to you. and tell you, oh, it's really great. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you the truth. This garbage truck is blocking views. I'm scanning the intersection if I'm walking. If I'm making a left turn, I'm looking. I'm yielding for cars. If you're getting ready to pass or take your road test, this information will help you. I demonstrated blind spot checks. I demonstrated consistent speed control. I demonstrated non-aggressive driving. You're watching this because you want to learn how to drive, or you're ready to take your driving test. If you're 16, 20, 27, 30, you have to have a focus and a goal. The focus and the goal is to teach safe drivers. You can see that school bus going by. They're coming in pretty fast. You can see that gray car going in fast. I need you to observe the traffic out here, because if you're not, you won't understand. That Federal Express truck was going in really fast, ran the yellow light. That black truck ran the light. Don't be a yellow light runner. You're going to see this big semi truck. He's looking left and right. He's going into the intersection on a yellow red light. He did look. Trucks will run lights. You can see that semi truck driver, he's looking left and right, and he is waiting. He's behind the stop line. That's a good example. Most of the cars are behind the stop line. This is where pedestrians will walk after that big stop line or stop bar. And then there are two white lines that are right here in this area. You have to walk there if you're a pedestrian. If you don't walk at the corner, you could risk getting ran over. There's a sidewalk here. As a pedestrian, you need to walk on the sidewalk. If there's no sidewalk, you walk against the flow of the traffic. If you're on a bike, you ride with the flow of the traffic. I'm scanning left and right. This is what you should be doing. Always scanning. Always looking. You're looking for cars, people not paying attention, people not using blinkers, because if you're a walker, it's dangerous. If you're a bike rider, it's even more dangerous. How did this help you today? I went through a process of you getting on an expressway. I went through a process of you learning how to drive, defensive driving, good speed control, keeping space, have good speed, have good space, and a smile. I talked about that. I showed you how to merge on the expressway. You go into that first lane, blinker, mirror turn signal, you look over your shoulder, you accelerate up to speed. I showed you that. I showed you going into the first lane, trying to be smooth and consistent. Then when safe and comfortable, you get to the middle lane. Good instructors are very patient. They always remind you to do things correctly. It's a process. Then I showed you how to drive in the left lane, the fast lane, traffic is moving, keep your speed up. Then we were defensive. We looked over our left shoulder, we looked over our right shoulder, keep good speed control. Then from there, we got over to the middle lane because our exit was coming up. We stabilized our speed. We used our blinker, mirror, turn signal. We looked over our right shoulder. Then we got over to the right lane, about half a mile before our designated exit. And then now we are analyzing the driving environment. What are the dangers? What are the hazards? What are the challenges? It's 4:20 Eastern Standard Time. People are tired. They're very irritable. So I need you to be that defensive driver. I need you to ask questions. You see people with blinkers on, that white van across the street, blinkers on. The gray vehicle getting ready to make a left turn, they're 3/4 of the way into the intersection. Keep your front wheel straight. Why? If you get hit, you'll be knocked forward. If your wheels are turned to the left, you'll be knocked in front of oncoming traffic. So we always take clients through intersections. We always have to be safe. they're inching forward. You're going to see this vehicle making a left turn. They should be turning by the double yellow. You want to keep your turn as short as possible. And this is a protected left turn. You can see how busy this intersection is. So they're moving forward and they're making their left turn. And that was pretty good. They're turning by the double yellow. And you see turns smoothly, efficiently, and the lights are on timers. They get 10 to 12 cars through. I thought the tutorial was pretty good. I demonstrated some fundamental things you need to do. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. I have a podcast. It's called Driving with Myles, M-Y-L-E-S. It's on Spotify. You'll definitely enjoy it. I look forward to interacting with you. Bye, guys.